Well, hello there, YouTube. Welcome to a 34-degree Tuesday, the 19th of October. I was out here earlier this morning, tried to record, but it was so foggy you couldn't see the fence line over there. And I would say you hear that tractor still going from last night. That guy's been plowing this stuff up since yesterday morning. But the old war wagon is drowning out the sound of the tractor back there. Ah, dang. Looks like it's going to be nice out here. Maybe we should have taken the MDX. Well, I was going to show you the pretty fall colors down here, but the fog has settled in. It says, nope, not this morning. The squiggly downhill, that's it to our left. That's the cliff that it's riding on. Oh yeah, there's some pretty colors. Feast your eyes on that. No fog. Well, there's fog, but it's not very sparse. Yeah, up here. And it went from, what were we, 34 this morning? It's 46 now.
Oh, is it warm?
Heck yeah, get the Van Chulo and it's always warmer. Head south.
Yeah.
Plus we're, over an hour later in the morning, too.
Yeah, so that helped.
Yep. All right, Mom. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and I'll see you as the day goes on.
All right, sounds good.
All right, love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
I don't know if I took you guys on a ride on this RS SE5 model. It had the thermostat that was in there upside down. I'm not sure if I took you on a test ride on it or not, but on one of the test rides I was talking about the old mechanical park brakes where people would misadjust them and they would boil the rear brake. Well, this guy left, I don't know how long he rode it, comes back screaming mad because he had a VSS code go off. Well, it was due to the low pressure switch. The first click is the brake light switch, and if you push hard enough, around 460 pounds of pressure, it's quite a bit, you can trigger the low pressure light. Well, if you're riding and that low pressure light goes off, it sends a vehicle stability control code. So it had that, and first thing I do is I grab the rear brake and it almost goes all the way down, and right away it triggered the low pressure switch. It's just a secondary, it's like a brake switch, it's a secondary one. And as usual, it was boiled rear brakes. And this thing wasn't, and I have no choice but to put the double springs back on there because the OEM spring is kind of compromised. But yeah, this wasn't adjusted correctly. I don't know if some brake pad, usually what happens is brake pads were put on, or they never lube the cable or adjust anything, and it just gets out of whack. So the adjustment was like way too tight. So a rule of thumb with these, make sure it don't roll off, is about 3 clicks. And if you listen, of course I'm doing this by hand, it's harder to get the third click out of it. So 1, 2, 3. At 3 clicks, it should be locked down. So you achieve that with this adjustment here. And if you end up with your cable grossly one way or the other, another important thing, when you replace the pads, you need to take that arm off, and you take your finger and you turn the shaft until it touches, and then it's splined, kind of like a shift lever on a dirt bike type of thing. You want to leave a gap when you slide it on, so you actually turn it backwards a little bit, so that when this releases, this comes all the way back. And it's like a barber pole adjuster. It's a mechanical thing that pushes the back side of the pad. The hydraulics have nothing to do with it. But if you take off with the park brake either not adjusted correctly or the park brake lever's not all the way up, it will overheat, boils the brake fluid, and you get air in your lines. Now, I've literally seen the brake lines burnt like that before, but this is being caused by his exhaust. I've never seen where the exhaust has heated them up enough, but I don't know. Who's to say? But that wasn't adjusted correctly. Somebody's been messing with it because you got double springs and the adjustment was 100 miles off. And you want to lube that little mechanism in here so that when you push, it always releases. This one was really sticky and like missing some of the time, so there's some mechanics and a little pawl that you'll see it when you look underneath there to lube it. It's too hard to get a camera underneath there, but anyway, I flushed the rear brake circuit, and now he has very nice, stiff, strong brakes because they came in really mad at me for something I never touched. But that's the name of the game when you're a technician. You put air in somebody's front tire, and then they'll come back and blame you for not putting oil in the engine. You think I'm joking. All right, let's take this thing for a quickie around the block before it rains on us. Oh yeah, that park brake disengages real smooth now. So when, people come in misguidedly mad at us for something that we didn't touch, you don't really blame them. I just say that because I notice there's a lot of you guys are auto mechanics and stuff that have been commenting here lately. I just you guys know what I'm talking about. If you're dealing with the general public, you absolutely know what I'm talking about, especially in mechanics. But that kind of thing happens. The people bring their bike in having something done, and then something goes wrong. They don't know what it is. I mean, I couldn't say it wouldn't be my first assumption that, some guy in the back room that you don't see did something wrong, but I don't know, I'm one of these, probably because I've done it all my life. I'll go in, ask a bunch of questions and have them look at it, whatever, I don't want to fly off the handle before I know what's going on. But like I say, I don't get mad at them. It's kind of disheartening because I spent the time working on this thing, diagnosing what was going on and repairing it, and I will not get paid for it. So that's a little disheartening, and it's hard not to get really mad about that. Look at those trees. They are just completely gone of their leaves. Just gone. That's not my boy right there, is it? That's him. Ah, dang. No, son of a gun. But anyway, this thing, no harm, no foul. My eyes are like that little kid in the crib when you put that little toy that makes the sounds and turns and little lights flash. Yeah, that's me. that rear car tire on this thing is so slippery. If you got aggressive on this thing, you'd be all over the place. And these are the old ones when the VSS kicks in, for that type of thing. It just whack, it just lunges on the throttle, cuts ignition and fuel or something, because I have a hold of the throttle plate, so it can't turn that off. She's cable operated. So, but that's just wow. You'll know when there's an intervention on one of these. That's kind of old school. I mean, it worked. At the time, that was so high tech. Really high tech. And these have what they call a blipper. Literally a blipper. That'll what's funny is this little electric solenoid, and it has like, you know, the little ball chain, you know, the old-fashioned vacuum operated cruise controls on your car. You had that diaphragm, and then the little chain came out and connected to your your throttle plate in your car. That's exactly what this thing has on it. And people will put the aftermarket bars on these things, and the cables are meant for these low bars, so they put these high range bars in there, and there's a clip underneath there. If you don't take them cables out of there, it bends. There's a like a bar that comes off the throttle body, and that blipper is on that bar. Oh man, that's gonna take a right there. Take the back right. I didn't feel like dealing with this traffic light today, but anyway, they'll bend that bar, and then the blipper, it for lack of better terms, it like lengthens the chain. What it's actually doing is bending it, and the chain gets too much slack in it. And when you fire these things up, turn the key on the first time, you hear this clack. You hear this, well, what's that clacking sound down underneath there? That's the blipper motor. The blipper motor does a test, and immediately, if it doesn't have the reaction it's expecting, you get a code. There's no VSS code or anything for that, but you'll get the little warning that something's wrong. Let's take the RS. An RS is definitely an alley bomber. It's crazy how close them people come. I'm sitting here, tap, 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 tap the brakes. None of that does you any good when they're doing this. It's literally frightening how many people are on their phones. Look at that gate. If that thing lined up just right and you came through here and you didn't know that thing was open, you would be in for one incredibly rude, very rude surprise. This thing sounds good, but it's too loud for me. But it does sound good. And he's got a power commander in there, so it seems to run good. So it's actually really spunky down the low end. Trying to get this thing on your rack is like throttle is very touchy. One of these and a SM5 is so fun, so incredibly fun. It's crazy how fast you can ride them. You hear when I downshift, it blips. On the upshift, it does a typical, like a Speed Shift Pro type thing. It does an ignition cut and basically like disengages the forward momentum on the constant mesh transmission. Just kind of gives it a brief pause, and then it just goes, just falls right into gear. I love these low bars to high and rear set pegs. I love me some RS. And these have such good flow characteristics, you know, for the cooling system. It's pretty rare to have issues with these. And because they're sporty, people ride them harder, so you very seldom ever have any evap problems. When you see them and they got a big old touring windshield on there and saddlebags and stuff, yep, almost assured you can have some evap problems. They're riding them too easy. Lovely. She's a looker too. Good looking son of a gun. That car tire would be off of that thing faster than you could shake a stick at it. That is some kind of sketchy, especially when one that's light like that and spunky. Thanks for coming along for the rip. The rains are coming. Dadgummit. Mama?
Yes,
It's been a minute since we stopped at the old Shell station here. $3.99 for regular gas to put in the old war wagon. Charge you 10 cents for using the card. Who doesn't? Yeah, most stations don't even do it anymore. It's the crooks that do it now. And then, you know, they charge higher than anybody else to start with. Then they ding you another 10%. Can we cry a little bit here, Mama?
Yeah.
Can we whine? Look at them skies out there. From where we're at right here, sunset is 6:17 tonight. I don't know what it'll be when we get home. But she's topped off with fuel. Cooling system's working perfect. I checked it before we left. Even the bottle is sitting right where I left it this morning. So she's all good to go. All right, let's head home then. Well, hello there, you two. Man, oh man. 7 o'clock out here and it's black dark.
It's dark.
But the clouds are, well, no, still some. And here in a couple, 3 weeks, it's gonna, on November 7th, it switches back an hour, so this be the equivalent of 8 o'clock. So it's gonna really be dark.
I know it.
That's them short days, boy. So after you come out of that, you really look forward to that spring.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. It's a fun day today. Very Spyder day today.
It's
And,
good. Spiders are good.
Yeah, I think more spiders tomorrow as well. So
Nice.
spiders on top of spiders.
We like spiders.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep the bills paid and whatnot, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, nice little ride on that RS. That's always fun. That thing's spunky too. I don't know if he got it dynoed or just got lucky with the mapping, but that thing runs strong.
That's
It's
good.
a lot of fun. But I think on that, we're gonna roll out on you because it's dark and it's cold out here.
Alrighty.
See the steam in our breath.
I know it is cold. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Wednesday or Thursday.
Heck yeah. All right.
We'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. We'll start another day. You guys hang out with us and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because you never know.
This is very true.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for watching.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.